Good afternoon, everybody, tubers and all. How you all doing? Got a book review. I had this book given to me on my birthday by my wife several years ago now, and now I've got select back into armour building and aviation. I'd like to share this with you. It's called Applied Modelling Encyclopaedia, Vignette and Scenarios. It's a Squadron Signal publication, Euro Modelissimo. So, this book actually tells you how the basics. It's a good reference book for anybody who's just like started up in the hobby. And I just want to go through this with you briefly. It cost £26 back in about 2006, 2005, something like that. And basically, your inner covers, your index, and the introduction. The introduction on here basically covers literally the basics, a little bit of what to expect from this book. And as you can see, you've got really nice, clear, glossy pictures, what you'd expect for the price you pay. And on here, it's telling you how to make the small vignette from these few materials here. So basically, they've got a piece of MDF, grass, there's ballast, all types of size little stones, and it walks you through it step by step. And it is a very nice book indeed. It is clearly marked out in sections here, describing all of these photographs. It is just a very, very small snippet on this particular subject, but as you can see, there's a really nice picture of the finished product. Now over here we basically got this what's this, parachutist terrain. So basically these paratroopers have just landed and they're towing their equipment. Basically over here it is showing you how and what to do, and it's all explained on all of this text here on every project that is in this book. So it is telling you here, it's actually used like big pieces of cork on an MDF board, dust clay. There's your tools, which is basically some dental tools and a brush. Some photo etch aftermarket pieces here and bricks. Very, very nicely laid out. And actually shows you how to make the branches for these. Well, it shows you this guy actually makes a grapevine out of these small red balls, and it's really impressive. And then over here you've got all the different types of ballast and gravels and the dust and sands that they've used on this diorama. By far not really for a beginner to get into. I would say the more intermediate user now, but I'd definitely say to everybody to have a book like this with their hobby, because it is such an excellent reference. And they also use Vallejo paints, and a lot of armour modelers do use Vallejo paints. And it shows you stage by stage here on how this grapevine is made. So there, it's all described to you in the actual text on how they've done this part here to bunch all the grapes together. It's very easy to do according to the text, of course. It's always easier said than done. But then again, you've got a mixture of Vallejo and Tamiya paints used on this particular diorama. It is a lovely little book. Well, I keep saying it's a lovely little book, but it's given me some ideas for what I want to do. And then on here you got some completely different. It's a base for an archer, and it is basically for people who like painted 50, 70, 90 millimeter miniatures. And again, it also shows you how to, it will tell you how to make this fungus which is creeping up the tree. And that's pretty much all it is for that bit there. But this one here with the 234, again you get a brief introduction to the actual model itself, to the actual diorama that you're going to be building, and then again it's taking you from step by step on how to basically chip out, carve, where to place your model, etc. It's a very good book for giving you all the details that you need about making dioramas for your military vehicles, whether it's going to be German, Russian, Allied, whichever, but this book mostly covers German World War II. So I'm going to skip the next diorama because there's loads in here for the user to actually get their teeth into. And as you can see, it's a very in-depth, it's about 10 pages there, a very in-depth coverage on this particular project. Like I said, it's a really nice. Let's just pull that back a bit so you got the full book. There you go. So it's really nicely, clearly laid out. And then it shows you how to make trees from scratch. And I think that's brilliant. So what and how. And there's something up here I want to show you. As you can see, I'm just flicking through this quickly. There's something up here that I found interesting. Paratrooper motorbike, British paratroopers. Here we go. What and how to on trees. So step by step it's showing you that they're using milliput of some sort or any type of putty. I imagine they've used a basic twig there for the actual base of the model. And you're basically using your knife and dental tools to actually get that bark effect on the subject. And then it gives you some photographs for good referencing on silver birch trees, because that's what's been used. Now here's a winter build here, which I really like. But before they get into the main diorama, they explain to you how to paint faces and how to start. So on here is very good diagrams, basically like 1 to 14 stages, telling you how to draw, paint the actual markings, the insignias on the helmets. And it's a pretty good, it's a very good subject, I'd say, to get in your painting up to scratch on figure painting, because we all know that painting figures with the arm is very difficult. Some of us find it easy, some of us don't. And as you can see, you got the figures for this diorama all painted up. This is can't pronounce it, so I'm not going to even try. So here we go. Here's all the materials they're using for this particular diorama setting. For £27 for the time of year I bought it, must probably be around £30 now. I'll say it's worth every penny, because look at that lovely photograph there, showing you all the chipping around the blast shield, all along the barrel there, the smoky tinge stains on the end of the cannon. Very nicely done. You can see there's a lot of effort's gone into this work. And it's a really nice diorama. Some really good builds in here. And then again, step by step for all of the for all your bits here on the building itself, for your terrain. And there's the finished product there. Got a guy there looking into the sky. Allied fighters coming their way, maybe. There's more. You see how much debris there is when you look at it. You know, there's not just like 1 or 2 bricks scattered. I mean, the whole road would be absolutely smothered in debris. And the snow looks brilliant as well. And then we come on to some Russian armour. Budapest, February 1945. So there you go, introduction, and then they're showing you how things are cut and built, but it's also explained in the text. So there you have it. It's a really nice book. And oh yeah, the other thing is I like, they got a colour table callouts here for Tamiya and Vallejo. So obviously it's giving you all the numbers there, so like 873 Earth, and then some oil references as well for the washes. See, that looks really nice. They've got this blown out tank here in the middle of Budapest. Really nice. A lot of attention to detailing. There it is there, all burnt out. Collapsed tracks around the wheels, rusted up. Oxidization around the hatches. Really cool, really cool. And then they tell you how to make shingles here in this section out of white metal. Well, lead foil sheeting, I would imagine. And then the next one is a stug. Again, sample drawings of how this is to turn out, like the before and after. But yeah, it's lots of colour reference photographs. And it shows you how to make replicas of small items. And this section I like the most, which is converting your figures. So it gives you a nice section here on how to convert the stances and poses of your miniatures, because we all know that we're all basically we can only use what the market offers. But with this section of the book, it actually explains to you how to convert your miniature so to the way you want it. But I've got another book that I want to show you, but I'm not going to show it today because I'll be talking for over an hour otherwise. It actually details on how you can actually make a miniature from scratch. And there you go, that's for making small replicas. See, like wine bottles, magazines, etc. Scopes. And then there's a step-by-step on how to paint a tunic using acrylics. And it is very well laid out. It is a good book. I implore everybody to actually go out and get this as soon as they can, because look at all this here. This actually inspired me once to build. I built this kit and painted it up in these colours, and oh, it's so much fun. Adding all the little extras on it is just great stuff. That was the day when I used to have every single piece of plastic card, and then I decided just to give it all away. What a fool, what a fool. But moving on now, and this is the last section of the book, which is a diorama with a waterfall. Now I'm just going to skip straight to the main finished picture. My book will let me. Yeah. There you go, there you go. So obviously you can see on the finished diorama here, you've got some German mountain troops here. They've got like horses or mules. I can't really work it out because I'm looking at the book upside down. Looks like donkeys or mules. Huh. They've got a little German shepherd dog there, and obviously they've spotted something in the distance because you've got soldiers. They've got a sniper rifle there, and they're trying to cross this opening where this waterfall is gushing down the side of the mountain. But in this section it tells you right from the beginning on how to make the base, how to make the rocks, the water from milliput, and then they use that cast. They used the actual main piece of milliput, which was the waterfall. Actually show you how to cast it in clear resin. So this book has got a lot to offer, and here it tells you how to model that waterfall. So all you're using is like milliput, and you're using all of these tools. So you've got dental tools, but stipple brush, etc. So it's showing you just exactly how it is to produce. And there's the mould casing there. So all in all, for me this book gets a 10 out of 10 because I absolutely adore this book. It's so much help, and if ever I need an actual problem solved, I always refer to this book because it's a great reference and there's a lot to it. This is only a very brief review, and I actually hope you enjoyed this little video that I made, and I hope you look in your local bookstore or hobby store and purchase this book because it's a great buy. Well, thank you all for watching, and listening to me cough my guts up. And if you could just, as always, like, comment and subscribe. Another cough for good measure. Well, thank you all. I'll see you again.